All right. Welcome back to the cafe, everybody. Thank you so much again for joining us today. Second time around, guys. We are looking into the new documents that had been dropped over the past week or so, and I definitely want to pay a little attention to this autism defense that was dropped, which I want to read into this and see what they're talking about with it and go through some of these other documents with you guys. I really appreciate you guys joining me. Please make sure to hit the like button when you come through the door. Share it out. And please find yourselves a seat. Get comfortable, if you will. Like I said, we're going to be spending some time in Idaho now that all this new stuff's coming out, trying to catch up with everything and figure out what the deal is with the documents, so on and so forth. So I really appreciate you guys being here for that, guys. Please, again, share this out. Let everybody know what we're doing. Hit the like button when you come through that door, if you will. Get yourselves comfortable. And that being said, you know the deal. Here we go. Still don't know how to run this technical stuff. Hello, guys. Welcome back. Good to see you all. Come on back in. It's just me you guys are stuck with tonight. Like I said, this is mostly us reviewing and trying to understand some of this stuff. I'm a little confused with some of these documents, and I'm sure some of you guys might be too. I figured if we went through them together, it might make it a little more understandable, so on and so forth. So, sorry, Josie. Let's see who's in here. Miss Josie, of course. Josie West, good to see you. Stormy, welcome back, dear. Moonlit Baby, always a pleasure to see you. Miss Rowena, welcome back. Horse TV, hello. Good to see you. Mikey's in the house. Oh my goodness, good to see you. Last 24. Donald D. Nice, welcome back. DKM, welcome back, my friend. Great to see you. Tomboy Charm, good to see you, dear. Alicia J is back in the house again tonight. Thank you. Thank you to all of my blue crew for being here, guys. You know that I couldn't, wouldn't, shouldn't ever try to do this without you, because you make it happen, guys. Miss Paula Fitzhenry, always a pleasure to see you, darling. Appreciate you being here today and tonight. I think I got everybody so far. Brandy B, the OG. Good to see you, Miss Brandy. Thank you for being here. Welcome back, all you meatballs. It's great to have you guys back in here as we look at this stuff again. Please make sure to hit the like button, and please share it out, guys, if you will. Miss Christy Nevada, great to see you. Rissa Roberts, welcome back, and welcome to the sauce, Miss Rissa. You got gifted a membership this morning, so welcome to the sauce with the rest of us. Appreciate you joining us very much, Christy Nevada. Great to see you again. Like Stormy says, guys, please make sure to like this, share this out, subscribe if you haven't. Please hit the notification bell. You don't want to miss anything we do, and we don't want you to either. So thank you so much for that, Miss Stormy. Miss Cassie Cass in the house. Welcome back, Sassy. Good to see you, dear. Mr. Donald, welcome. And as usual, guys, with everything we do here, I want to just to reiterate, because I know I don't have to, but I like to say this on a regular basis. Again, guys, anything we do in here, other than, you know, the factual information we discuss from documents is purely alleged and speculative theory. Opinions, when those come out, yes. There is none, and I do not want anybody to, which they won't, and I know they don't, but there is no victim shaming in here. Please and thank you. I'm asking nicely. I do not want anybody attacking the families, regardless of their thoughts and feelings about it. That is a fact, okay? What this is all about, when we get into these discussions, even with the roommates, okay? I don't think I've seen it. If I haven't and I've missed it, you know, I don't mean to miss it, but nobody should be attacking them directly. Everybody in here is going to have questions, which is what we've been discussing over the past few shows. The questions as to why things happened the way they did with the other two roommates, Dylan and Bethany. And by the way, you guys, I want to clarify something. Was when we're reading the text message and stuff, we were reading them as they were, DM and BF, and that was listed that way because they don't like their names said. I read an article where they don't like to hear their names said over social media, things like that. I understand that, so that's why a lot of people use the DM and the BF. That is something I just wanted to clarify. But I typically call them by their names because I'm just not comfortable doing that. But I try to. Plus, I forget that was said. So that was brought to my attention via an email that I received this morning that I just now looked at about 2 hours ago. So sorry about that. And yes, one thing I will not tolerate in here, guys, because it's never been put out by law enforcement. It's not in any documents. We do not need. I'm not saying that it's not a probability, but it's never been talked about. And everybody has the right to their feelings, their opinions, and their theories about this, but do not bring up the word drugs. Okay? There has been nothing that has said that this has anything to do with that. People's opinions may believe that, and I respect that wholeheartedly, guys. Nothing, and I mean nothing, between whether it's the roommates, the documents in here that we review says anything about it. So let's not do that, okay? That doesn't need to be. And I think that is highly disrespectful to the victims as well if that's brought in here. When it comes out by law enforcement, we'll talk about it then. Until then, there's no need for it, guys, because this isn't about that. Only because we can have opinions about it, okay? But there's been some people that have been really driving it home, and it's kind of come out that the way they're putting it out there is that, you know, the victims that were actually, their lives were taken, it's come off disrespectful to them. Now, referencing certain things is okay, but when you're pointing it directly at the victim themselves, that's just, I don't think that's acceptable right now, okay, until something were to come out, if at all, by law enforcement. That's all. But other than that, no, guys. I mean, I just don't see it. It doesn't need to be when we're doing the documents and stuff like that. It's just not something we need to put in there. Yeah, that came out that there was a room that was packed with them secretly, blah blah blah, so on and so, or a secret room that was packed with them. That kind of statement, you know, that gets a little bit out there, unless we have some proof. Now, if there's somebody that has proof of that shows it, we'll talk about that then. But you know, until then, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they weren't involved in the. Let me clarify this. I'm not saying that couldn't be a probability as to a motive, maybe. Okay. But it's never been put out there is all I'm saying. So no, if you think that that's, you know, part of the motive, this and that, I understand. I do truly believe and respect that that's a fact. It could be. But the other things, like I just showed, that's what I'm saying. Like the room with the secret room that's covered and stacked with it, that's a little bit much. That's all I'm saying. I just don't want this to go crazy to the left or crazy to the right. That's all, guys. And your opinions, I completely and totally, absolutely respect, as always. That's all. And because you never know when it comes down to the trial, something big could come out about that we were never told about before. So I'm not saying that it's not a probability, but like I said, that other stuff with the room, the secret room, that's no. I don't know about that. I've never seen it. So, I mean, if you have something that proves that, show it to me. We'll talk about it for sure then. Welcome, Lacey. Good to see you. Horse, welcome. There's that. I mean, the discussion is the discussion, guys. It's about, Molly, Molly, Molly. Good golly almighty. Good to see you. Um, thank you there. Be real. Welcome back to you. Come on in, guys. Get comfortable. 45 peeps in the house. 27 likes. Please, please hit that like button. See if we can make a match. Miss Cat K, hello and welcome back. Good to see you. Let me see. Yeah, I was looking through. I think Tomboy. You're right. I was looking through that autism document. It's really kind of interesting. Um, I don't know how that's going to work out, but it's interesting for sure. Oop, hold on. One thing I will say though, and I want to make sure I wasn't misunderstood. If there is something in regards to the DRUGS thing that's a specific topic, that's related to this, that's a conversation. That's different. Some of the what I'm trying to pinpoint is some of the ridiculous stuff I've seen, or like Cassie said, the secret room that's stacked full of this and that, things that are buried under the house. That some of that wild stuff that we don't have any way to relate to this is what I was trying to say. So I want to make sure I'm not misunderstood. That's all. Miss Lacey said, this channel and Melissa J is the only change. Well, thank you for that, Lacey. I appreciate that. Why you gotta mess with my head all the time, Tomboy? Dyspraxia. What? Let's do it. What does that mean? Honey, come on, Tomboy. Smart lady. Tell me. Miss Wisdom's in here in her dishwashing gloves, washing her dishes and listening. Thank you for being here. My wife is going to tell me in a minute.
A neurodevelopmental condition that affects a person's ability to plan, coordinate, execute movements.
Oh, I know what it is, Tomboy. I gotcha. Which is part of the document. Okay. Yes, I see what you're saying now. You have to catch me on point, dog. You know how I am, Tomboy. My ADHD is real. BK has it, huh? It's a possibility, and I'm sure the whole point in this is that the defense is going to use this to try to get the death penalty off the table. I get it. I don't know that I believe in it, but I get it as a defense. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a real deal thing, and it's a diagnosed medical issue, then I can see why it's brought up wholeheartedly. That makes sense. That makes sense. Come on in, guys. 46 peeps, 29 likes. Grab whatever you're drinking, coffee, tea, whatever it may be. Come on in, guys. Have a conversation with me. Appreciate you. And Miss Tomboy said it is. So there you go. Dr. Orr, thank you. Very interesting. Very interesting. Do you want to come wash my dishes next, Miss Wisdom? Oh, okay. I guess my wife said the dishes are done too late. Let's see here. Come on down. You got your coffee and Doritos in from bar. Oh, tell me how them Doritos taste. Your coffee Doritos. I'm curious how they. Oh, they are. Are they good, Stormy? I mean, is it something you would eat? Like, want to keep eating them after you have one or two? Because that's what my thing is. I don't know if I would. I love coffee and I love Doritos, but combined, I don't know if I could do it. Yep, coffee flavored Doritos. They're interesting, not bad though. What do you think, babe? Coffee flavored Doritos? Yeah, my wife said nope. Nope, not for her.
I just bought your sister pickle ranch the other day.
What?
Pickle ranch.
Doritos?
No. Dressing.
I would like both of those. I would like that. Pickle ranch dressing. Yeah, my wife said sweet and savory all in one. Is there a sweetness to them? Or is it the bitter coffee taste? I just listened to the latest Stearns jail call where he blames Matt. Oh, are you kidding me? I don't know that I could even listen to that wisdom. He really blames her. What a piece of shit. I guess I'm gonna have to review that too. Not tonight, but maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I've been trying to stay away from that because he really that really makes me angry. That whole situation, that anything that he tries to pull, he did what he did. He was wrong. He deserves to be buried under the jail and then some. Any kind of excuse he gives, especially playing the blame game, no way, bro. Sorry. There should be a ticket to take you straight to hell on a ambus. That's my opinion. But Cool Ranch are the amazing. You know what? I'll tell you something I missed too is that for those of you guys, I'm 50. Most of you guys are close to my age, one way or the one direction or the other. Back in the late 80s, I think it was, maybe early 90s, Frito Lay made Wild and Mild Ranch Fritos, the Fritos. Oh my God, they were so good. And they got rid of them. I don't understand it. They were so amazing. The spicy sweet chili Doritos. I can't, those are hot to me. They're not sweet at all. Flaming hot dill pickle Cheetos. What? They make those too? I used to eat the hell out of the flaming hot Cheetos until my stomach fell out. There's Phil. 47 meatballs, 29 likes. There's something seriously wrong here. Tomboy Charm's gonna start the whooping. Hit that like button. You have been warned. Thank you, Phil. Google it. I'm gonna have to, Tomboy. That sounds wild. The jalapeno Cheetos were the ones I used to tear up all the time. And for a while there, I ate those super, super, like the bright red flaming hot ones, and my stomach started to go bad, and I couldn't. The jalapeno ones have a really like a different taste. They're really good. And once you start eating them, you kind of go numb anyway. So, yeah, I've never heard of that. Oh, limited time. Okay. Flamin' hot dill pickle. That's wild. I love the dill pickle flavored stuff. I love pickles, but the Lay's dill pickle chips are one of my favorites, but they're so salty I can't eat them very often. Grillo's hot pickles, flaming hot dill pickle chips for sale. I'll be damned. She ain't lying. $9 a bag. There you go, folks. If you like dill pickles and hot stuff, I'll be damned. Well, I didn't think she was lying. I just never heard of them or seen them here. Check them out. Cheetos are the shit too. That's the small bag. The seven. Oh, you get two of them. Two 7 to 8 ounce small bags for $9. I guess that's not bad. Do they make bigger bags of Cheetos than that? I think the biggest bag I've ever seen is that medium sized bag. Pickles and cinnamon. Ew. I don't know that I could do that, Don. Huh. Safeway. We don't have one of those here. I could try one of them. Are they really hot, Tomboy? Like flaming? I know it says flaming, but are they too hot that you can't like eat them? I imagine they're salty too. The goldfish are good. Used to love those. Angel D. Angel D. Is it a secret? I don't want anyone cussing me out today. Is it safe? I don't want. Oh, he wasn't serious, Angel. He was messing with you yesterday. I hope you know that. He's just being goofy ass Willie. Um. Oh, Mikey, you been in my fridge? We can't keep pickles here. I'm sorry. Usually my pickle jar has no juice in it. I love drinking pickle juice. Has anyone tried HEB Ranch Habanero? I don't think I've ever heard of that either, be real. I don't know if I can do the habanero. That's a little too hot for me because exactly, Tomboy. That's where I'm at. Too hot for my no gallbladder ass. I have my gallbladder, but it's still too hot for me because it tears me up. So, those Cheetos are making me curious now, Tomboy. If they made maybe the jalapeno dill pickle, I'd probably try those because the jalapeno is not as hot as the flaming hot. I might be able to handle that. Hey, Missy Girl, good to see ya. Angel D. Angel D's in the house. Kids are all fed, and we have Alicia's full attention now. HEB is a brand. That's what I thought. I didn't know. Grocery store based out of Texas. That would be why I don't know. All you guys down in Texas get all the good stuff. Ohio doesn't get crap, guys. We don't get anything. It's not fair. We do have Snyder's potato chips though, which I believe is something that they can't get down south, and they're amazing. Cassie's a beer drinker. Oh, I don't know about that, Ro. Good to see you tonight, Rowie, and I thank you for joining us. Angel D. Don't ask me why I keep doing that. If you're about to bring up pickle beer, yes, I've never heard. Oh wow, I've never heard of that. Pickle beer. You ever heard of pickle beer, hun?
Pickleback. It was just the liquor juice, but I never heard of pickle beer.
Oh yeah, my wife. She used to be a bartender. She made pickleback shots, which is what is it? Pickle juice and a shot of what?
Jameson?
I think it's Jameson. Yeah, it is Jameson. That's right. Jameson whiskey with a shot of. It's a shot of Jameson and pickle juice together. Never heard of pickle beer before. Yes, Stormy Jameson. You got Snyder's, Miss Sherry? I didn't think you guys did. The barbecue ones are the best in the planet. Swear to God. They make them here, which is why I didn't think most people had them in the South. I know my aunt and uncle moved to Florida. They were pissed because my aunt's two favorite things were Snyder's barbecue chips and Squirt, and she couldn't get neither one of them down there. What's them shits is nasty. What you talking about, Mike? The pickle beer or the shots? Pickle fucker beer. That looks German. Never heard of that before. No hot spices. They will eat your pancreas. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, they will. Miss Sherry ain't lying. There comes that ultimate wisdom again. Yep, Ball Ray in Ohio too. Yes, sir. I forgot Donnie's from Ohio. So, well, you're too young. You're still young, Cassie. You got some time. Pickle juice here in Australia, like the vinegar you pickle things in. I think you Americans have pickled alcohol confused. No. Okay, this has happened before. All right, Angel. I forgot that you're in Australia. So pickle juice, like dill pickles. You guys have dill pickles in Australia? Not the sweet ones. They're sour. Dill pickles. That's the pickle juice we're talking about. I guess it's a vinegar base, but I don't know what else is in it. Dill. There's dill in it, of course. If you take a swig of the pickled onion vinegar, oh my god. What you're talking about, pickled vinegary, would be like what pickled eggs is in. That's a different flavor than the pickled juice. Love pickled juice. Pickle fucker beer tastes like you're eating a cheeseburger with pickles. You can taste the burger and it's beer.
Ew, I've heard that. They got bacon beer too. It's gross. You know where they got that from?
Nope.
Willy Wonka.
Probably. Oh my gosh. Molly just blew my mind. Clausen pickle flavored jelly beans by Frankfurt. I would have to try those.
You wouldn't like them. They would be sweet, like sweet pickles.
Sweet. Yeah, but if it's dill, honey, it's going to be dill. Look, guys, and that's a pickle brand. It's like one of my favorite pickle brands because I love dill pickles. Clausen. Candy pickle flavored. That's going to be pickle flavored jelly beans. I don't know. I'd have to try it, but it probably wouldn't be good. Leave it to Molly to find all the crazy, weird stuff. Thank you, Molly. When I get home, I will take a picture of the pickle. Thank you. I bet you they're weird. I like jelly. I love the Jelly Belly jelly beans. I like the popcorn flavors and all them. Those are amazing. They're amazing. I could eat those all day. They're expensive too, though. You aren't right. Shh. I think we all know that already. It's okay. You don't like those? Shame on you, Cassie. Dude. You're crazy. I love popcorn. And those jelly beans. They have a bunch of other flavors that are really good too. You're nuts. Clausen pickles are the best. Yes, they are, Miss Josie. Those in the Honey, what are those other ones we get all the time? Pickles. Yeah, I know you don't like them, but Nathan's dill pickles are really good too. If you don't like popcorn, well, see, that's why you don't like those jelly beans. That's for Junior. Oh, okay. Sorry, Junior. All right, guys, we're about to get rolling here. 46 peeps in the house. 33 likes. We're getting there. Give me a minute, guys, and we'll get up and moving.
Putting up the bed for your friend.
All right. Sorry.
Yes, baby.
I'm telling you, Willie, he was joking. Hey, Steven, good to see you. Miss Peggy, welcome. I hope you had a nice visit with your son.
50.
You guys are going to ruin my love for pickles if you keep sending me this crap. Pickle shot, spicy pickle vodka. Yuck, yuck, yuck. SRBBBB. Hello. Holy McMolly. Miss.
She home by dinner now.
She also sent me a picture of silicone pickle flavored condoms. Are you serious? I don't even want to know. No, I'm old, Phil. It's okay. You're right, Stormy? I'm like, what is that? Ew. Okay, let's get these documents up here. Where'd you go? I just had you up here. Oh, and they decided to go away, so I'm going to have to pull it back up. Hold on.
Did I stop anywhere yesterday?
Not that I know of.
Walmart.
All right, y'all. I haven't heard from you. You should have joined me up here too, Mikey, so I could hear your thoughts on all this stuff. people don't want to hear their voices out there on the documents and stuff. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So, do you guys want to go over the autism defense document first, or something else first? Oh no, and why not, bro? You got a voice too, or is there another specific document that you guys would like to look into first? Because we can cover the autism spectrum disorder affidavit of Rylan Nolan, or we can go over the defense motion about it. Okay. All right. Then we will get into that. Hold on here. I never looked at it either, until Tomboy said something and made me curious. So, and I was curious how you're going to use something like that. You know what I mean? But okay. There we go. All right. So, and if you guys want me to put a link out for people to join us, please do. Please let me know. Oh no. See? Tomboy said, hang on. Before we get anywhere. Pickle fucker beer. And that's what it says. And it's definitely not written in English, so it's German. And I don't know if I could handle that, Tomboy. I mean, I'm not a beer drinker to begin with, or never was. But I do like pickles. And she said it tastes like a cheeseburger with pickles, so. Grizzly covering Stearns. I do want to see what she has to say. Well, I'm going to eventually get on that too, but tonight I'm just doing this document stuff here. And then I have some thoughts. I have a whole thing to do with the Soto case that I'm going to be covering, so. It's in English. Really? Oh, I guess it is. It was just hard to read. You're right. Okay. Thank you, Tomboy. Hang on just a minute. Here we go. Order stealing defendants exhibit to support their motion to strike the death penalty autism spectrum disorder. The court having before it the stipulated motion to file defendants exhibits autism spectrum is hereby ordered the defendants exhibit in support of their motion to strike death penalty. Okay. So that's not the right one. That's just a motion to strike it. So hold on. Let me get the other one. Hey, Ray. Good to see you tonight. Oh, I definitely am. Definitely am. There it is. Sorry, I picked the wrong one. The autism. It comes now. All of that. You know that. Brian's autism. Okay. Sentencing option in this case because Koberger's autism spectrum disorder, ASD, reduces his culpability, negates. Let me blow it up for you guys. Sorry. Here we go. Where'd it go? Negates the retributive and deterrent purposes of capital punishment and exposes him to the unacceptable risk that he will be wrongfully convicted and sentenced to death. In making this motion, Mr. Koberger relies on his right to be free from cruel and unusual punishment, his right to due process, his right to a fair trial, his right to counsel, his right to present a defense, his right to a reliable sentencing determination, and other rights safeguarded by the 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th Amendments to the United States Constitution. And Article 1, Section 1, 2, 6, 7, and 13 of the Idaho State Constitution. Mr. Koberger is aware of the deadline previously imposed by the court scheduling order, but has good cause for filing this motion at this time. Good cause is laid out in an affidavit attached but filed under seal. See Exhibit 1, affidavit of Dr. Cecil Reynolds. Hold on. Trying to take some notes here. A notarized signed copy will be provided once received by Dr. Reynolds. So, the table of contents on this is the argument due to impairments, introduction. Let me see. Let me get to the argument. Where's it at? Here we go. Due to impairments in communication, reasoning, social skills, and impulse control, people with ASD are insufficiently culpable to be executed. Welcome, Dagburn, Johnny Gobble's dead floozy mama. Thank you for joining us and giving me that option to be able to say that again. Welcome, Echo, as well. Ray Baldick, wonderful to have you guys, or not Baldick, Knightley, I'm sorry. And of course, the lovely Miss Phil. Thank you for being here as well. Donnie says, but if you take 4 souls, if you kill four souls, be a death penalty. If found guilty, is fair by law, period. Now, see, I have to say that I agree with this. I am on this one, Tomboy. This is the motion to strike the death penalty autism spectrum disorder. Is this the right one, Tomboy? Hey, J Lord. And Tomboy, are you interested in joining me up here tonight? Been a while since I've seen J Lord. Here, I'll do this since we don't have to worry about the mama bear. Hold on one second, you guys. One moment. There we go. All right. So if anybody wants to join me with this tonight, you're welcome to. The link is pinned in the chat. All right. It's always good to have more than one voice discussing. Thank you, Miss Elisa. Welcome, Jody Walters, Leslie, and Billy. Good to see you, dear. All right, y'all. Is it okay? Let me get back down to the argument here for you guys. The death penalty is only appropriately sought in a case when it falls into a very narrow category of the most serious crimes and involves a defendant. Now, I will say one thing, guys. I support the death penalty in this case. What's the matter, Tomboy, now? You're growling at me for what did I do this time? Oh, you can't find it. Well, it's up here. You're welcome to join me if you want to see it up here. But either way, I absolutely support the death penalty in this case. There were 4 lives that were taken for absolutely no reason whatsoever. The person that did this is evil, in my opinion, and absolutely needs to be. I don't believe that they should get any less than a death penalty. So I do support it under this circumstance. So, and it involves a defendant whose extreme culpability makes them the most deserving of execution. The 8th Amendment limits the death penalty to those offenders with a conscience materially more depraved than that of the typical murderer. The death penalty must be limited to those offenders whose extreme culpability makes them the most deserving of execution. In prohibiting execution of people with intellectual disabilities, the U.S. Supreme Court identified several characteristics that make such defendants categorically less culpable than the average criminal. See Atkins 543, U.S. at 316. Um, I question this too, Brandy. I do. This was never talked about, guys, until they're fighting the death penalty. They've been, she's looking for a way to get this off the table. This is her job. I understand that. I'm questioning this. I truly am questioning this. Okay. Because of their impairments, however, by definition, they have diminished capacities to understand and process information, to communicate, to abstract from mistakes and learn from experience, to engage in logical reasoning, to control impulses, and to understand the reactions of others. I didn't even know you was in here, Cap. Welcome. I didn't see you in the chat. Welcome, brother. Good to see you tonight. Thank you for joining me.
How you doing, Dago?
Great to see you tonight, brother.
Good to see you.
So before we go further, what do you think of this one? Of this autism?
Oh, it's just another play to get out of the death penalty. And one of the things I don't understand about the death penalty is that why would you be fighting that when there's not even a conviction yet with the death penalty, right?
Well, I think that they have a window they have to stick with as far as taking this off the table.
Right. They're trying to get it off the table because they're not sure if they're going to win the case.
Well, of
That's what
course.
I think of it. You know.
And that's absolute. I agree with you on that one. I feel that this is part of a defense, and whether it's because she feels like they're going to lose or not, she has to go ahead. They have a certain window that they're allowed to play this by. Okay, whatever your defenses are, whatever your options are to try to go against the death penalty, they have to put those through it before a certain period of time. So she has to put it, or has to have it
Sure.
filed. I'm sorry.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's like Tomboy said, she has to file it. Period. So because if she were to lose, that's another thing. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
you're trying to get the death penalty off the table, and then you can go from there. You know, but I understand that. But
Mm-hmm.
it's rare in a such a conviction case to fight death penalty before there's even a conviction. I mean, usually you leave things in a big case, where you can go later on to appeal, and it eventually goes to the Supreme Court. I mean, even if this guy is convicted of the DP, it could be 10, 15 years before it even is carried out, and then it'll go to Supreme Court. And then, one of the things I wanted to say, Dago, is that that extra DNA that's left behind, that needs to be cleared. I mean, you got
Yeah.
millions of dollars already spent in this case.
Yep.
Clear it out, and clear it out. Clear the people that are on that DNA belongs to. At least make an attempt, because when he goes for appeal, because there's going to be appeals to this, even if there's a conviction, right?
Yeah.
So
I agree.
you're gonna take those, that when you go for appeal, you're gonna say, hey, there was two other DNA samples there. They were never tested, never this, and that's gonna go to Supreme Court. Supreme Court's gonna say, probably 10 years down the road, if Idaho even still has death penalty at that time, and say, yeah, we're gonna give them an appeal, and let's check them out. Save, evidence is saved. Let's try it out. But
I can agree. Yeah, I can agree on that.
yeah, sure.
And I guarantee you, and that's something we talked about once before, that because of the way the death penalty works, unfortunately, you can be convicted, receive the death penalty, and one of the main reasons I got into true crime is a friend of mine that I had explained that was murdered back when we were 12 and 13 years old. The person that did it got the death penalty, and it's been, how many years are we at now, hon? Yeah, almost 40, right?
40.
Yeah, he's been on death row for almost 40 years now. That's not typical, but he filed every appeal he could, and then he went for the disability stuff because they're saying he was disabled and mentally challenged to a certain attempt, and none of it went through. So he's still sitting on death row 40 years later, and that's a problem. So, but that's what I'm saying is the length of period of time that you can be on death row. Like you said, what if Idaho doesn't even have the death penalty, in the next 20 years, 15 years, or something like that? That's going to change things. So yeah, I can understand, and I agree with you on that.
Yeah, 10 years from now it could be commenced. You know what I mean? It could be
Yeah,
commenced.
100%.
So we don't know. You know,
Absolutely.
nothing's a sure shot, sure thing.
Right.
And it's kind of odd that after almost 3 years, these things are starting to come out now with the knife, the
Mm-hmm.
purchase of the knife, the text messages, the 911 call. Can I'm just thinking, what else is there? And
I think there's
we
more to
we
come.
and we forget about that house. That's the neighbor's house where the girl lived there, where they took her underwear and put it in the cup holder, robbed her, and then it was on. I think it was Plunder or one of those people they called in for the body cam footage from the police,
Yeah.
and supposedly she was good friends with Kohlberger or had some kind of acquaintance with him, and her furniture was rearranged in her house.
Mm-hmm.
They came home one night and the furniture was rearranged. She kind of freaked out, and she called Kohlberger, and Kohlberger said, "Look, I'll set up cameras there, set
Mm-hmm.
everything up." This was, I don't know if this is on paper or what, but this is what I heard, you know, a year and a half ago, whatever, 2 years ago, and supposedly he said he was going to go in there, set up the cameras for her, and all that other stuff, and it faces that house, and then she gets this odd thing. I mean, and you could blame everything on pranks, like especially when you're college and stuff like that. People play
Uh-huh.
pranks all the time, but you know, and then you have something horrific like this happen. You're like, oh wait a minute, maybe there's something to this, you know. And rearranging the furniture in someone's house and disturbing them a little bit, and then all of a sudden them calling you to do the you know, I'll install cameras, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll help you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know what to make of that, and I'm dying to see if that comes out in any of the documents or anything later on down the road with this, because we're getting little tidbits here and there that we could talk about and theorize on. So um, I think it's good that some of the stuff is starting to come out, and it's making people realize different aspects of this case. So.
And I agree. Yeah, I agree with you. Even Steve Gonsalves said that, he doesn't understand why all this stuff had to be hidden for so long. And I think that a lot of this stuff being buried and sealed and under the gag, it caused some problems, in my opinion. That
Yes,
it
I
didn't need
agree.
to happen. Didn't need to happen. And I know that story you're talking about, Cap. I remember hearing that, and I think that was brought out and used as part of the propaganda to show, to bring the narrative, that the guilt narrative for Brian in that sense. And they wanted to make sure that everybody sees, because they brought out, well, he stole his sister's phone when he was 16, and he did this, and they were looking for anything they could find on him to make him look guilty to the world. Okay. And I think that's why that story came out. I would like to know more about that, though. I'm glad you said something about that.
Well,
Um,
a lot of these cases, Dago, is goes back to mine hunters, John Douglas,
yeah,
forensic profiling, where they
right.
go back to if you harmed animals and then how you grew up and then how was your family, and it's crazy to say because it's not really evidence in court to commit you of a crime for what you did 10 years ago. But
Mm-hmm.
it's what they're looking for is to show a pattern and who to look for and how to look at these patterns, and it's been very successful. I mean, with John Douglas, he's actually after retirement. I mean, the guy's geez, he's probably in the 80s now. He's been called in a few times to help go hand him a file and go through it and say the guy's going to be right here, and he was right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No,
So I mean, like if you read those books and go through that stuff, it's very interesting, and it applies to a lot of cases, and it has a pattern, and when you pick out these patterns from old cases and other cases, you can put everything together and you come up with some kind of
of
conclusion,
course. Yes,
or a better theory. I'm just,
I can agree. I can agree.
yeah.
Real quick, let me read this here. Phil said nope, and partially the real, and this goes back to where we were at a little bit ago. The real reason is to impanel a jury with people whom are comfortable with imposing the death penalty is 95% more likely to convict if the death penalty is on the table. And I agree with that, Phil. Very good point. Hey, JC, good to see you. Real quick to Jay Lord. First off, I'm sorry that you went through that. I was reading this over here. I'm so sorry that happened. I'm glad that you got through everything okay. That's not a joke or anything to joke around with. You know, health is real. So I'm glad you're okay. I'm grateful to have you here, and I hope you're doing okay now. And again, welcome. It's wonderful to have you here, regardless of what people believe, guys. And I want to reclaim this statement again. We can disagree on anything. Okay, we're all human beings, and truly, if everybody in the world agreed on everything, it would be a boring world. Okay, but there were some people that were not nice to each other for a long period of time in some senses, and there still are. But it's the internet, folks. It's not really worth that. This stuff here, where we go over this stuff because we want to understand, we want some truth, we want to know, and everybody in here, I believe, wants justice for the victims and their families. So it's not worth that. It's not worth getting so upset that it affects your health. I've been there. I get it. So again, J Lord, I want to seriously let it be known that I really am sorry that you went through what you went through. Um, it's horrible. It's horrible that can happen to somebody. It really is. So I'm grateful you're okay. I'm glad to see you here. You're always welcome. My door's open. And like I said, I'd love to hear your thoughts on things as well. So very much appreciated. Everybody's is. Just as much as Caps is or anybody. It's this community is about opinions and feelings and trying to base it on factual information and pull the truth out and bring justice to see justice brought to the victims that we talk about. So again, I'm grateful that you're good, Jay. I really am. That's a horrible thing to go through. I'm so sorry that happened. It gets real when they're talking. Chances are greater not making it. I had no idea I had a heart attack. I swim 300 laps every morning without. Wow. See, that's the scary thing is the healthiest people in the world can do that because the stress that you can bring to yourself it's not a joke. So anyway, again, J Lord, thank you for being here with us. I'm grateful that you're doing okay, and God bless, dear. You're always welcome here. It's great to have you here. Moving on, guys, and again, everybody, that's here, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you all very much. Please hit the like button, share this out if you will. And Virginia, welcome to you. Yes, I think we all have to say that. I don't know how many of you remember Jay, and I'm not going to bring anything bad up, but there was some friction on YouTube, and some people were involved in this and that and everything else. But it's not even worth talking about at this point. It's so not. I don't hold grudges about anything, and I don't have issues with anybody, even people that I didn't get along with for the longest time. I still feel for them. I still feel for their loss and the things they go through, and I don't wish that on anybody, guys, no matter what. So, I hope that you can be here, J Lord, without being stressed out and be comfortable here and know that you're always welcome. My door's open and we all accept you as anybody else in the community. I hope that's understood. So let's see. Was there anything else, Cap, you wanted to say? I didn't mean to cut you off if I did, sir.
No, not at all. I'm just
Well, I appreciate you
I'm
joining
waiting
me.
to read more docs. That's all.
Yeah, I appreciate you joining me for that.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, I can do this on my own, but it's nice to have somebody to talk to, like you're actually talking to somebody, you know what I mean? So, Mama Bear's in here. Hi, J Lord. It's good to see you here. Glad you came. Yes, I think we all feel that way, J Lord. God, like I said, God bless. That's a lot to go through, and it's very scary. So, all right. So this says again, because of their impairments, however, by definition, they have diminished capacities to understand and process information, to communicate, to abstract from mistakes and learn from experience, to engage in logical reasoning, to control impulses, and to understand the reactions of others. Okay. ASD is a real thing. Okay. And I'm going to say something here. Hey, Tater. I think that Brian Koberger knows right from wrong. You're welcome, horse. I absolutely think Brian Koberger knows right from wrong. I think that Brian Koberger, even if he has ASD, okay, knows that you don't go do this, that you don't attack people. So I think it's kind of an excuse, in my opinion. I'll be honest with you guys. If you're good enough to commit this crime and you can understand what you did, then you should be good enough to be able to face the consequences. So please understand my feelings on that. Okay. I know there's people that think that I'm a Koberger supporter. I'm not. I'm here for the truth. This, I think, is it, and I know what Anne's doing. This is her job. Okay. But I just feel like this is an excuse. And she's doing this just to get the death penalty off the table. I understand. I just don't think that's fair. Okay. I don't think it's fair the way it's presented, but that's just my opinion. Onward we go. Also, people with ASD exhibit impairments nearly all of these areas. In all of these areas, I'm sorry. There are two primary diagnostic criteria for ASD. First, a person must display persistent deficits in social communication, okay, and interaction across multiple contexts, as manifested by deficits in all three of the following areas: social, emotional, reciprocity, which is reciprocating to other people, nonverbal communicative behaviors used for social interaction and developing, maintaining, and understanding relationships, which I can absolutely say that I could see Brian having issues with. He's odd. Okay. It's been stated by a lot of people that he was different in some ways. So the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, clinical testing and diagnosis for autism spectrum disorder is where that came from. Let me get to the other point here now. Second, a person must display restrictive, repetitive patterns of behavior, interests, or activities as manifested by at least two of the following: stereotyped or repetitive motor movements, use of objects or speech, insistence on sameness, inflexible adherence to routines, or ritualized patterns of verbal or nonverbal behavior, highly restricted, fixated interests that are abnormal in intensity or focus, and hyper or hypo reactivity to sensory input or unusual interests in sensory aspects of the environment. Hold on.